Hello and welcome to the second episode of In the Kitchen with Chef Brian. Last episode was an excellent learning opportunity for all of us in a lot of ways, and I guarantee this episode is going to be even better. Yes. For those of you new to the channel, we do things a lot differently here, mainly because we are live streaming. We're live streaming the whole event in true pandemic fashion. So that means you get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. So please be patient with us in case there are any technology issues along the way. We'll get them worked out. So with further ado, let's get started. Okay, to introduce ourselves, we have 4 remote sites joining us here today. Let's go ahead and first start off. We've got Carrie and Richard. Go ahead and wave, Carrie and Richard.
Okay.
Awesome. And we have Lamar and Sandra. Go ahead and wave, Lamar and Sandra. They're a little delayed, so we'll give them a... Oh, there they are. Awesome. They're with us. And we got Kimber and Chris. They're still setting up, so we're going to give them a little bit of time. And Kenneth and Tara Lee. Hi, Kenneth and Tara Lee. Awesome. So we are very glad to have everybody here, and we are rocking and rolling. Now, those of you who are home watching the live stream event, we can see any of the chats that pop up. So if you want to communicate with Chef or their participants, then feel free to use the chat box. If it's a good comment, then I'll even bring it up onto the main screen for everybody to see. So feel free to use that chat. One last introduction is our very own Chef Brian. Brian, I understand you have a delicious dish ready for us today. So excited. How about you give us a little introduction and get going?
Okay, Matt, thank you very much. It's good to be here tonight. We're going to make chicken cordon bleu this evening. Our starch to go alongside it, it's going to be a house rice pilaf, and we're going to do some steamed broccoli, buttered and salt and peppered there. And without further ado, let's just get started. We're going to jump into our broccoli and our carrot and our parsley real quick. Got to wash these. We're working with the full broccoli crown here. I like to pull the leaves off when I'm washing it. Give it a nice little thing here. Bounce there off the. Give that a good wash. These 3 crowns, we're gonna take them and quarter them. We're gonna wash the carrot too here a little bit, even though we're gonna peel it. And parsley. Our parsley, we want to give this a really good rinse. And then we're gonna give it a little beat up against the inside of our sink, just to help get that water off, livens it back up a little bit. So, smells good. Okay, we're gonna go back over to our cutting board. Okay, we're gonna do this in about 3 stages. We're gonna start with our prep. We'll prep our vegetable first. We'll start with our broccoli. With the broccoli, I like to just take off about, 2 to 3 inches of the stem. Just set that aside, and we will use this again to make creamy broccoli soup. So now we just want to check out our crown here. We want to try to get that right in half. So just take your knife, go right down through the middle, then quarter that, and right at the ends of these, we just want to peel that just a little bit with your knife. Okay, we'll return that over here to our prep pan. This just kind of helps the steam get in there a little bit better. Softens up that stem that's still holding our top of the crown together. Okay, and I save all the excess, and we'll use that for broccoli stock for our soup once again. Okay, just take those and just kind of just put a little angle on that right there. If your crown is a little bit smaller like this one we can just go right in half. Okay, it's about this pretty much similar size as the others. Okay, we'll clean off our cutting board here. Scrap pan. We're going to put all our goodies in there and save those for our cream of broccoli soup. Okay, we'll set those aside. Wash our cutting board real quick. It's probably not necessarily super important to wash the board, even though we're going to do another vegetable, but I like it to be neat for my carrots. The broccoli seems to leave all those little just green things all over, so we just want to clean that up. Okay, let's jump right into this carrot. We'll just take those ends off right there. We'll just de-skin that real quick. And if you are building a stock pot at any time, we're not building our stock tonight, of course, but if you are, you can save your carrot peelings for the caramelization in your stock pot. Okay, we're going to disregard these. Oops. Okay, clean that off once again. Okay, so we want to take the two sizes here. We're going to try to square these up, and we want to make a small dice. So I like to just take off just a tiny side there so I can square that up. Set those aside again for a stock pot. Just want to just barely take off just enough for it to be kind of a tiny bit square. I mean, we're not going to make it perfect, but it's just easier to work with. We'll set these good sized ones here next to parsley. So now we just want to cube this up. So you just want to make some long cuts in there, about a 1/16 of an inch wide, about like so. Same with the other one. And then we're just going to cut those in strips. We're going to make these a small dice. This is for our rice pilaf dish. Everyone doing okay so far? I like a lot of carrot in my rice, so. Then we're just going to dice those really small there. Just do a couple of different sections. You don't have to do them all at once. It's a little easier for me to do less amount. Okay, and I have laid out right here my rice vegetable bowl. So I'm just going to take them veggies, get them in my dish, my bowl. Got me a nice little pastry scraper here. Okay, we're going to add to the carrots a little bit of onion for our rice, and a little bit of garlic. So let's start with our, we want to clean that carrot off there. Okay. These Walla Wallas, these came from our garden. They're really nice in flavor. Love the Walla Walla. Just gonna take that in half. Remove the skin there. These onions, I kind of like the shallot size of the shallots we did last time. They're kind of small. I didn't listen to Sandra about spreading them out in the garden, so they didn't get as big as I wanted them to. Bless you. Okay, we're going to put just a small dice on these as well. So we're going to try to get these about the same size as the carrot. Okay, draw a little line in there, cut that in half so it comes out pre-diced when it's done. I'm just going to dice those up real quick. If there's a couple of pieces in there that You can go back through that aren't small enough for you. Just go back through once or twice like that, and it'll break them right down real quick for us. Okay, let's get these in with our carrots. Next on the list is we're gonna mince some garlic in here as well. The onion is pretty strong, so I like to give a nice rinse right after the onion. Then it doesn't burn your eyes or make you cry.
Just to check in with our people, how are we doing? Thumbs up, Kenneth Turley? Thumbs up, we're good? Oh, a little fast, okay. We'll give you a little time. How about Kenneth and Richard? Or Richard and Carrie, sorry.
Okay, beautiful.
Thumbs up, awesome. Okay. And how about Sandra and Lamar?
Thumbs up, beautiful.
All right, thumbs up, nice. We love it, love it.
Can you take those carrots out of that pan and bring me the pan? Just set it in there. Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna do some garlic. I brought the whole clove or the whole head here, so I got to smash mine down and get a few cloves. For the rice tonight, we just need about three big cloves. Put that back in there. Get rid of that. And this time, instead of slicing it like we did last time with the marsala, we're just going to put a small fine mince on these. So it's okay to give it that a good smash, get that skin off. You can be a little bit rough with it if you want. Maybe if you had a bad day. Okay. Let's get that skin off there. Oops. Okay, let's mince this up, some garlic. And I kind of like to do it the same way, is just slicing it, just slice that really thin, and then we'll just come back the other way with it. And then you can just run your chef knife back and forth through there and get really nice small mince on that. Whatever is comfortable for you when you're doing this procedure is really okay. It's just how you feel with your fingers and the knife. So just keep your fingers away. So I got that really pretty small there. We're just going to go right into the vegetable mix with the onions and the carrots. That'll be for the rice. Okay, now we're going to clean our board one more time. Is Chris and Kimber on? Now if your cutting board's a little beautiful.
Welcome, Chris.
Hi, Chris. Okay, you want your cutting board kind of dry, so we're going to get a dry towel on there and get that dried off really good. And of course, this is for shaving our parsley. Okay. And before we get started on that parsley again, take that one more time back to the sink and just kind of hit it against your palm. Get all that water out of there. Okay. And I like to get all the leaves kind of lined up together. You want to make sure we first take off our twist tie on there. We don't want in our signage. I like to look into the parsley, make sure it's all nice and fresh. Okay. We're going to try to line this up just a little bit better here. So we're just shaving because we don't want no parsley stem. Okay, so we just like to pull that up into a bunch here, and we're just going to shave that. So this time you just want to really get close, get down in there, and just barely shave those. So they're just really small mince, kind of like we're going for the same size as the garlic and the minced onion. There is going to be a little stem that gets in there. Just kind of pick it out. Then you can start to hear in your knife as we're cutting the parsley that we're getting a little more stem. So now you just want to grab that bunch, get a good grip on it, and just kind of shave with your sharp knife just the rest of the parsley bunch off there. Because we want to stay away from the stem. Oh, bless you. So that's probably as far as I'm going to go on that. Couple stems there. The stems are kind of the same as cilantro leaves and stem. The cilantro stem gets a little bit bitter. Kind of the same with parsley. And then those just right here at the end, just go back through that again and get that real small. When we're doing fresh herbs again, the less that we cut this, the better, so it doesn't really bruise it. We just want to get it fine. Then I got me a little holding dish right here. Okay, that parsley is going to be for rice and finishing off the sauce. Okay, we'll wash our knife and our cutting board again.
Okay, how are we doing on speed? We're thumbs up, thumbs down. How are y'all caught up? Thumbs up, awesome. Welcome, Chris and Kimber. Welcome to the live stream.
And parsley is the same as the broccoli. Man, it just gets all over the place. And the green really shows up against the white, you know? Okay. Stays there. All right. So now we want to, let's see, we got our stuff for our rice. Sauce is ready. Stuff for the saucepan's ready. We get rid of those carrots. Okay, our broccoli, I'm going to go ahead and put in the steamer, but we're not going to steam it yet. I'm just going to put it in my cooking container. So I'm just going to arrange it so it's kind of almost like in a domino effect going around my steamer. If you have a pan with a little spread out metal thing, that's okay. Just do it kind of the same way. And arrange them around just so they kind of are, they're going to be able to, the steam's going to really be able to flow through there. Steam them off. Because the biggest thing about steaming the broccoli is we don't want to over steam it. So we're going to want it to be just ready to go when we are. Because over steamed broccoli, when it's mushy stuff, just isn't any good. Okay. You're okay, man. All right. Okay, so we got our vegetable ready, our stuff for our rice ready. We're going to go ahead and move our rice over to by where we're going to be cooking our rice pan. We're not going to start yet, but I'm just putting it there. The vegetables are ready to go. We've got some tasting spoons for the sauce. Now, as we're working on the chicken, we want to start building our roux. So we want to take our butter and put it in our roux pan. 1/4 pound. Ooh, it's soft. Nice. Okay. I'm making a mess in this kitchen. Okay, I'm going to turn that on real low. Whoops, wrong one. So I'm going to turn it down to the lowest setting I have because I just barely want that butter to melt, just with a tiny bit of heat. So while we're doing our chicken, we're going to be building our roux, okay? So I probably got that on like 1. Just barely enough heat just to get that butter melting and get it softened up. So now we'll grab our chicken. We'll bring it over to our area. Just so you can see, we got 2 chicken breasts tonight. We're going to go ahead and give these a nice wash. I want to just give those a nice good rinse. Check them out as you're rinsing them. See what you got to cut off and trim. Then I have this extra rag here. I like to use that a little bit, try to be not cross-contaminate. Then I got my transfer pan here. So I got a pan here, got my chicken in there. I do need to wash up real quick. Then we're going to trim the chicken. And the chicken we're going to take and then half it, each chicken breast. So this is similar to what we did with the marsala. Scoot that over just a little bit. This chicken, nice big chicken breast. We want to cut out that cartilage. Okay, right there. Get rid of that. Back into our scrap pan. You want to get this little knuckle area right here. Last time we cut it into like a V. We want to do that again. Get that out of there. It's just a little yucky part. Get that last little piece right there. Okay. Let's do the other one. Set that aside. Whoops, we missed a spot right there. Okay, so that's a nice looking chicken breast right there. We'll do the same to our next chicken breast. Of course, they already cut it out, so man, they did us a favor. Okay, I want to just cut that V in there again. I like to just get all that out of there. It's kind of a yucky spot right there. I'm not sure why they leave it for us. Okay, get rid of that piece. Okay, there's just a little bit left in there we want to get out. Whoops. Man, my knife's dull since the last time. Okay, so now we got our nice 2 little chicken breasts here. We'll get rid of our scrap pan. Okay, we're going to do just to fillet these in half. So get them kind of patted down.
Brian, let's see, does anybody have any questions about cleaning up their chicken? If you do, go ahead and unmute your microphone. Any questions so far? Thumbs up on cleaning the chicken? Any concerns? Yeah, Carrie's got a thumbs up.
Sweet.
Kenneth's got a thumbs up. Okay, awesome.
All right.
And Lamar and Sandra, any questions on cleaning up your chicken?
Sandra's probably done it a couple times.
Oh, huh? Here, I gotta unmute. Here.
Oh,
there we go. I unmuted. Okay, never mind. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, so we're just going to dive in right here into the middle of the breast, and we're just going to take that all the way down through. As you're holding that with your hand, make sure you feel the knife, but not the blade. So you want to help guide that through. So we're going to end up with 4 nice. I mean, these are really nice breasts. These are randoms that I buy, by the way. So they're a bigger breast. So they're about 6 to 8 ounce each. So when you cut that in half, that's already 3 or 4 ounces of chicken. So it's a nice serving. I mean, look how nice and big they are. They're really nice. Okay. I'm going to come over, wash up real quick after that chicken. I'm just leaving it sit on the cutting board for just a minute. Okay. Whoop, I disregard our pan. Now we want to put it just in another transfer pan, just for a moment, each chicken breast. Okay. And as our board still has a chicken on it, we're going to rinse one more time. We're going to leave that on there because we're going to put the chicken back on there just with some plastic. We got to do the plastic wrap again, same like we did with the marsala. So pull you off at least as long as your cutting board. Okay. So I do a couple pieces there. And this saran wrap is just nice to have. It's so versatile. Okay, let's put, so I like to do 2 at a time. We got plenty of room on the cutting board to, whoops. Okay, so we're going to take another piece and cover that again. Uh-oh, messed up, got too short. So now we're going to use another one. Okay, and the short part we got to cover up. It just helps. It doesn't make a mess. And okay, so now we're going to give these a pound. We want to actually pound this chicken out to see if you can try to make a square out of this a little bit. So this time compared to last time, we weren't as forceful, but this time we want to give a little pound to it. So you want to spread this chicken out, and we want to get it almost the width of where that tail is right there in thickness. Okay. So it's going to be a minute. The way I like to do it is start at that tail and come back towards me. And as I'm coming back towards me, I'm putting some oomph in that. And you can see the chicken start to spread. So as you're doing that, the chicken's breaking down and starting to spread out. And we're going to try to make just a long rectangle out of it. You don't want to kill it because then there's not going to be nothing to roll. And as we're pounding the chicken, you can take a peek real quick at your butter. Ooh, it's melting nice and not too fast. And if you have a bigger mallet, yeah, there's the butter. You see the butter is melting pretty nice. It's melting slow and evenly. If you do have a big mallet, it would be easy to break up your chicken, but you want that breast to hold its form. even though we're smashing it. So the tail's already just about the thickness that we like. We just got to even this out. And you can you'll start to see on the edges too how it'll want to almost break apart or tear. That's kind of the look that you want. You don't want it to break up and tear apart, but you want it to start to spread. And then you can feel the thickness with your finger. Just check that out and see the spots that you still need to pound a little bit. So start at that top and just come back down again. And you can see it's a little thick here. So what we'll do is we'll just pick that whole thing up and just scoot it a little bit, okay? Just like that, because this part down here or at the top is already well thin. Another reason why I like to do 2 at a time, because I can show you that what it looked like and then what we're at. Okay, so you just want to just take that just a little bit further, not too much, but we want to get it even.
Hey Brian.
Yes.
When you're doing, hundreds or possibly thousands of these dishes, do you have the intern doing all the beating?
Yes. Okay. So this is going to be kind of close, so we might need to just pull that back up real quick and just scoot this one over just a little bit. Or, no, that's what we're going to do. Just scoot it over just a little bit, okay? Just right there. Give us plenty of room. Scoot this one over just a little bit that way. All right, we're going to start up here again at the tail. It is difficult, Matt, when you do this in volume. So what happens is, Matt, is like some restaurants that traditionally make the chicken cordon bleu will result in seeking out a chicken cordon bleu that's already made. And I mean, it's just not as good, but if you had to do 1,000 of them, this would be, this would be very time consuming and pretty labor intensive.
We've got a Facebook comment. They placed the chicken in a gallon Ziploc bag and with a rolling pin.
Yes, nice. I've seen it done that way before too, Matt. This plastic wrap is just it kind of takes me back to when I went to school. It's old school, so this is the way I traditionally do it all the time. And when I buy the plastic wrap in a big roll, the 2,000, 3,000 square feet roll, it's just a little bit cheaper than using a Ziploc bag, but Ziploc bag works great, especially for this kind of situation, marinades, all this stuff. So they're really handy. So there's the first 2. Okay, we're going to transfer them over to our cookie sheet pan. Okay, transfer those right there onto the pan. Okay, then we're going to just set out some more. Just okay, there we go again. One more time, we'll give this guy just a little bit more room. This one's just a little bit smaller on the cut. We'll cover them back up again. On those Ziploc bags too, back to that real quick, man. If you had the freezer style, the big one, they're made just a little bit heavier duty. So, man, that's a great comment. I've never actually done it in a Ziploc bag, but maybe we'll try it one of these times. So anyways, then we just want to pound our other breast here. Sometimes when you're doing this too, you'll get a piece that I feel right in here, the part of the muscle that wants to be a little bit stubborn. So you have to continue to work it just a little bit, and you might need to be just a little bit forceful with it. But once it starts to get that spread, it'll be easier. That's nice up there. Just gotta work this bottom part. Kind of going off course here, but this muscle right here needs to be worked just a little bit.
Looks like Richard's got the pounding job over there. No, both of them are at it. Look at that.
Nice. So this one's finally breaking down a little bit. This one was a little bit tougher than the last one, but we'll get a nice spread on it. Okay, that one looks good. This one's not going to be as tough over here on this side. This was that top fillet, so it breaks down pretty. And this one's just a little bit smaller.
So got a little bit of feedback. The comment made on Facebook was actually Kim, your wife. So
that's awesome. Well, she is the smart one of us too. So
there you go.
Learn something new every day. She's always teaching me. So okay, those two are done as well. We'll get our pan back over here real quick. And now that I'm done kind of pounding the chicken, I'm gonna end up rolling on this pan. So now I'll wash my board. I just left it like that, so in case there was any more chicken on there. Clean my hammer up here and my sanitizer. Give that a nice rinse. Put that out to dry right there. Our cutting board. We're gonna now prep the inside for the chicken cordon bleu, which is gonna be our sliced ham and our long cubed or rectangle shaped Swiss cheese. Okay, get me. Okay. Get me a new cleaner towel. Comments from your mom. That's great. Yeah, that makes you smile, huh? True love. Okay, so now we have our Swiss cheese here. We want to take this, grab our chef's knife. We're going to cut this. We're going to end up cutting it in half down the long ways there. And we're just going to make some nice cubes there. Rectangle. There we go. So that's ready. Then we're going to take some of our ham that we have, sliced ham we bought from the store. Okay, now on our clean board, we want to grab our ham. We're going to take 3 slices. This is a Black Forest ham. I really like it with the Swiss cheese. We're going to take 3 slices, put them together, and we're going to roll up our cheese inside, get that real nice and tight. Okay, and we're just going to set those aside. These will be the inside of the cordon bleu. You could probably use a mozzarella cheese if you'd like to. I really like the Swiss because it has that nice Swiss tang to it, so it makes the chicken, it just goes really nice with the chicken and the sauce that we're going to build. So we want to peek at our butter again real quick. Ooh, it's all melted. So after we're done with these, we're going to jump in and add a little flour to that so our roux can slowly cook, because we want to cook our roux about 20 minutes, at least 15 or 20 minutes. You can cook them longer, get them brown stuff, but our sauce is going to be light, so we don't need to cook it too long. So we got 1, 2, 3 there again. I'll take that big cube. Okay, so we got 4 chicken breasts we're going to do. Disregard that. We'll go wash our hands. Our sanitizer. Nice rinse. Nice clean towel. Okay, we'll clean our knife.
Maybe we'll take this opportunity to ask any questions. Does anybody have any questions? I'm gonna unmute
Okay.
Kenneth and Tara Lee. How are you guys doing over there?
We're doing good.
Sweet. Any questions so far?
What was that? No?
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Richard and Carrie, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, just rocking and rolling, huh? Awesome.
Okay, put those back in there.
Okay.
How
How about Lamar and Sandra? How are you guys doing? I've unmuted just so
We're
we can hear
slow.
you're going a little slow on your side.
We haven't got our roll-ups made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll give you a little bit of extra time on that.
Okay. We're gonna jump over to the roux real quick because the butter's ready for the flour. So do you want to wait just a second, Matt, or just keep going?
Let's.
How
if
much
anybody
flour
has
did
any
you put in
questions,
your roux?
he's about to talk about that in just a
How
second.
much flour in?
Yep, just a minute.
So I gotta think for a second. It's just 1/4 pound of butter, so you just match that, or go a little bit more flour for a more tighter roux. I'm gonna go for a little bit more tighter roux, Sandra. So I'll be putting, instead of like a 1/2 cup, I'll be putting like 3/4 cup. Okay. And so now I want to turn that flame up just a tiny bit because I want to cook this roux. And why we're doing this, building this roux right now, the oil that we're going to fry these in is going to need to be heated, and it usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes. So in about 5 minutes, we're going to start heating that up. But let's build our roux first. Okay. So we want to get that in there with our butter. Okay. And I don't like to put all of it in all at the same time, all at once. I like to get it in there and make sure that we still have plenty of liquid. Because if you overdo it, it gets dry. And so this is a tight roux already. So it's a good thing I didn't put all of it in there. It's not super tight, but it's like, I'd call it like sugar cookie dough. Okay. And we want to cook that just on low temperature, but we got to watch this. We got to continue to watch it and stir it during the whole time. We're going to add just a tiny, tiny bit more because I like it just a tiny bit tighter. So right there is perfect for this application. There we go. Okay, so that's working in there nice. Beautiful. And it's soft. It still feels plenty dense. Okay, so while that's working there a little bit. So we went from 1 just to barely 2 on the heat. Okay, but we got to continue to stir that. So as we're building the cordon bleus, we'll keep stirring that and watch it. Okay, now I like to just unravel, take the top layers off, disregard those. Now making chicken cordon bleu can be done ahead of time, and you can hold them in the freezer, and they're easier to bread when they're a little bit firm, or firmer than they're going to be tonight. Yeah, get that out of the way. Thank you. Appreciate it, hon. Okay. So then I just like to bring that chicken back over right here. I actually like to turn the tail towards me. So it's just a nice roll. We're going to take that ham and that. I do have some here in front, some round white pine toothpicks if we need them. So I like to really do this like a sleeping bag type thing. So you want to just really roll that kind of snug and tight. Okay. You don't want to tear the chicken, but you want to get it to where it's going to be wrapped around at least twice. So I am going to use toothpicks tonight because we're not going to freeze them. And when I do this, I just put those in crisscross so I'll know where my toothpicks are when they're breaded. Okay, because we don't want to lose them in there. Then you just want to set that back aside. This is actually our catch pan here. Let's move that over here to this side. Quarter pound of butter. Whoops. I gotta rinse real quick. Sorry. So you can make your roux softer if you like. I just like a tighter roux. And you can see how it's cooking when you first turn that over. Can you see how it's a little bit whitish? So that tells me that the heat is plenty. So you can actually turn that back down to 1. Okay, and we'll just. So use a 1/4 pound of butter and the same amount of flour plus an extra tablespoon or 2. So a 1/4 pound of butter is what, 1/2 cup. So then I use 3/4 cup on the. Okay.
She's having a hard time joining, so she's just watching.
Oh, really? Okay. Sorry, Kimber. Okay, we're gonna get back to rolling these. I did stir the roux once already again. Oh, this one must have. I beat that one a little bit hard by the tail there. So the toothpicks again are gonna help us hold this together. And when you stick that toothpick in there, you can get a little bit deep, but just make sure when we do this and you crisscross them, you can see both sides of the toothpick. Because once you get some breading on there, it would be easy for them to be camouflaged in there. So, all right, there's 2 down. Let's do the next 2. Take our extra plastic off this one.
Kenneth, I want to see your roll. Oh, sorry, I didn't unmute you. Hey, Kenneth and Terry, I want to see your roll. How do they look?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Except that
I can hear you.
It's okay.
how do you get that end? See how I've got
It's okay
the
that
end
they're
all
open on this. Now, if we would have used the whole breast, we could have tucked it in on the side like a burrito, like a chimichanga style. But it's not necessary because when we bread that, we're going to tuck the breading in the ends.
Okay.
But normally, if you had a bigger breast, instead of cutting it in half, I just like this because it's more portion control. But if you took the whole breast and pounded it out, you'd be able to tuck it in on the side and roll over and not see that. That is a big thing to worry about. But the way we're going to bread it, it's going to be, we'll be able to hide the ends.
Oh, doesn't even have that.
Whoops.
Carrie and Richard, how are you guys doing? I want to see your rolls.
So when I'm sticking those toothpicks in the, oh,
Yeah.
nice, Richard. Woo! Man, they look great. I'm sticking the toothpick through the ham and the cheese a little bit too, because it helps just secure it a little bit. If your chicken breast is pounded enough where you can tuck your sides in, I would go ahead and do that. Mine just aren't. Now they're probably waiting for me. Okay. So, need to wash up, get back to the roux real quick. Okay, now we want to stir that roux again. And it's cooking nice. It's nice and soft. We don't want to overcook it, but we want to give it the time. So when we add it to our sauce, it doesn't take long to thicken.
Lamar and Sandra, I want to see your rolls. Have you reached there yet? I've got you unmuted.
You don't really want to see them.
Oh.
They look awful.
Sandra, it's okay. You should see mine. Anyways. Okay, so I'm going to set my
Oh, there we go.
to the left.
There you go.
Very nice. They look great, Mom.
Yeah, they look great. We need to wash the board real quick because we stuck that
I
chicken back.
only have 3 toothpicks combined.
3 toothpicks per roll.
That's okay. Okay. All right, now we need to make our egg wash. Yeah, thank you, Christina, for our breading process. So I like to use at least 1 egg per chicken cordon bleu roll, but we're going to use 5 eggs just to give us 1 extra, just in case. Okay. Okay, we got to clean up that egg, get a new rag. Get out of
We can't hear you whispering there, Brian. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I was just telling the rag to get out of my sanitary bucket.
It's okay.
So now we need just a little bit of milk to go in here with our egg wash. You can use water. I like to just use milk. Just a little bit. Man, we're talking like a tablespoon. Tablespoon and a half. Oh, whoops. Let's put that back in the fridge. Okay. We're going to also put just a little bit of salt and pepper in there. Just a tiny pinch. You're talking like a 1/16 of a teaspoon maybe. And then we need, oh, my whisk. Sorry. Okay, my trusty whisk. So now I like to just really get in here and whisk this to just beat it up really good. If you don't have a whisk, a fork works really well. And I like to beat this until it feels like it's not stretchy in there no more. Because the eggs like to hold together. Okay, you want it just a little bit like that, where it just barely stays up in the whisk. Okay, get rid of that whisk. Okay, now we'll start our breading process of our chicken. Can you give me that one cookie sheet pan over there, hon? Pretty please? Yes, you just gotta take this stuff off. And then just set it right here, baby. That's fine. Thank you. I just had to grab another cookie sheet. Sorry about that, guys. So now we just want to get this in the flour. Roux's okay. I pulled mine off to the side just a little bit, but the heat is still cooking it. So the whole time it's still cooking, okay? But we can bread these real quick. So I like to just really submerge them in all that flour. Okay? And then right into the egg. And then I do all the rest, flour, dry ingredients. Right there, get that all in there. I do these three. I only put one in the egg at a time though, so it's easier to get that egg all over the chicken. And this was the seasoned flour, so all we, oh, I forgot the paprika. Forgot to put the paprika in anyways. Okay, so here's the one with the egg. I really like to get that egg all over, okay? And you want to make sure the egg gets in there, cover all the chicken. Make sure it's wet all over when we put this into the breadcrumbs, because we want the breadcrumbs and that egg to merge together. Okay? So we're going to get those breadcrumbs on there really nice. And as I'm breading it, I'm tucking that stuff in the sides. Okay? So it's kind of sealing that off a little bit. And as you're breading this, kind of press those crumbs into the chicken, into the egg. Not too much where you're beating it up, but to when it comes out, it's all covered like so. And it's hard to know where the toothpicks are unless you remember where you put them, but you can fill them in there. So, or you can see them. So this is a little bit harder for me. Usually when you're breading, you want to use one hand for dry ingredients and one for wet. I'm just pretty dominant right hand. So I gotta go with it. Get that in the sides there. Okay, and into the crumbs. Pound those on there. Get that in the sides. Okay, there we go. And our 5 minutes is up already. So we need to stir that roux. I'm going to take a break from breading. Wash my hands real quick. I need to stir the roux, and I need to get the oil going for the browning process of the cordon bleu. So let's stir that roux once again. Pull that off the heat there a little bit. Stir it up. Our roux is looking good. Okay, now I'm setting that just off of the main flame, just a tiny bit. So most of the pot's not even on the flame. Now we want to heat up our oil. Dang, fall behind. Okay, and this, since we're going to be busy for the next 10-15 minutes, we don't want to just give it full flame. We want to just let it heat up slowly. Okay, so I'm on 5, halfway. All right, let's finish our breading process. Get that egg all over that and inside into the breadcrumbs. Okay, there's another one down. And man, these things just get plumpy. They're nice. Love chicken cordon bleu. It's a fun recipe. How's everyone doing on the breading? Everyone done? Waiting for me? You okay? Nice. Okay, we're gonna disregard our other pans, our breading pans over here to the sink area. Get washed up.
I think Lamar and Sandra had a question for you. You guys are unmuted.
I missed the part about how do we unmute.
You're good. We can hear you.
How to what, Sandra? I'm sorry.
Okay. I need to know what you seasoned your flour with. I missed that part.
Salt and pepper and paprika, but I forgot to put the paprika in it, even though I brought it. So just salt and pepper. Okay, we're back over to the roux.
Okay. Slow down.
What do you want to do?
Yes, Sandra. Just regular salt and pepper, Sandra, will be okay for your flour. If you didn't season it, it's okay as well. We're gonna have plenty of flavor in the sauce, which is okay. Okay, we're gonna kill the heat of the roux and just let it sit on that burner and continue to cook. But we still have to continue to stir it, okay? If by chance your roux gets a little dry or something happens, you can always add more butter or a tad bit of oil, and it will be okay. For instance, mine is just a little bit stout, I guess you would say. It looks a little bit dry, but it still holds well. It's got to be able to hold the sauce. Okay. So now we're gonna let these set over here by our skillet. As the oil is warming up, we're gonna start on our rice and our sauce. So let's get started with our rice. I've got the vegetables that we done earlier. Oh, we got cameras over here. We got the 2 cups of rice. We want to put just a little bit of olive oil in our pan, just around the sides. Thanks, Matt. We got some fresh olive oil. A little bit of butter is going to go in there as well. Half of the 1 cube. The other half is for the broccoli. Okay, we're going to start with get our fire on here. We're going to start about 3 or 4 on the heat. While that's melting that butter down, we're going to get our stock pot ready for our sauce. So we're going to add 2 cups of water. 4 cups of water, sorry.
Kenneth is showing off his bread here.
Oh, nice, Kenneth.
This is our chicken cordon bleu.
Very nice.
It's for the whole family. We got a big family. We had to supersize it.
Supersized chicken cordon bleu.
On our sauce, we're going to add, after the 4 cups of water, 2 cups of milk. Okay. Clean that knife off right there. Got to get rid of our crumbs here. Okay, butter's melting in the rice right there. We're going to also turn on our sauce. Whoops, gotta go to light.
Hey, Brian,
Yes.
can we use chicken broth instead of water in that sauce?
Yes, it calls for chicken stock. The only thing is my chicken stock is just a tad bit different. I bought it's like bouillon,
Okay.
but it's the same thing as chicken stock. So instead of the water, you want to use chicken stock. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we just want that milk and our chicken stock to heat up slowly. So we're gonna put that flame on about 3 or 4. Okay, so that's low to medium. Our rice, we're gonna turn up just a tiny bit there. Our oil's heating up. Good. We still got probably 10 minutes on that at least, roughly. Oh, they're only 4 minutes. We're not gonna do nothing to them yet. If you do have a steamer like we do have, you could start it now, but I'm gonna wait a few more minutes to start it. It only takes a couple minutes to heat up. But when you steam our vegetables tonight, we want to be pretty consistent with your broccoli. You only need like 4 to 7 minutes on a steam, and then anything farther than that, man, it's just it gets too mushy. And we want that beautiful live green color. I just caught myself a little bad habit there, right there. I had the spoon handle close to my fryer thing, so we want to really be careful about that. The open flame, you'd go to grab that, and it would just really burn you. So got to be careful. Okay, our butter down here in the front with the oil, with the olive oil, is we're going to turn that up to 6, from 4 to 6. We're going to dump in our veggies. It's ready. We're going to put just a little pre-saute on these before we put in our rice. Okay. Just want to stir those up a little bit. We're going to just sweat those down. Get rid of our veggie bowl. You can hear them sizzling a little bit. That's nice. It's got the garlic, the onions, and the carrots in there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put our butter for our broccoli in the microwave, just to have it up there out of the way and know that it's ready for when I want to melt it. We got to watch the sauce now. Watch our oil. As soon as the oil comes up to temp, we're going to be browning these, and then our chicken cordon bleu, and then we'll finish them in the oven. Okay, it's just really crucial to get that nice color, that nice crispiness on the outside. You can just straight bake them, but they tend to get a little bit soggy that way. So we want to put a brown on there, get that outside of the chicken cordon bleu crispy, and then we'll finish it in the oven. It'll be really nice.
Hey, Brian,
Yes.
could you catch us up a little bit?
Okay.
We need to know quantities for the rice, and have you done anything else with the roux?
With the roux, I just keep stirring it, but I turned off the heat.
Okay.
Mine is cooked enough. You can continue to cook it, but it probably doesn't need to yet. So I would just turn off the flame and just let it sit there, but keep stirring it, Carrie.
Okay. And how about the rice? What were the quantities you put in your pan?
Oh, so I did all the carrot, all the onion. I did that 1/4 pound of butter, or 1/4 pound and 1/8 of a pound, and I just did that splash of olive oil. My rice that I'm going to make for Matt and the family is 2 cups. So we're going to use 4 cups of chicken stock. And that'll make 2 cups of rice is going to make 4 cups of cooked rice, or a little bit more. So that's a quart of rice. That's enough to feed the family probably, and share with a neighbor.
I'm looking for that. Looking forward to it.
Hey, Brian, so I guess I'm confused as well. So the 4 cups of chicken broth or water and the 2 cups of milk, is that for the roux?
The roux will be added to that later, but that's for your sauce.
Yeah, so that's the sauce, and then we need another 4 cups of chicken
for your
broth
rice, yes.
or rice. Okay.
Yes, for your rice. Sorry about that. So that's yeah, you're exactly right. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper to the onions and carrots and garlic, just a tiny bit, just to season that up a little bit. Okay.
We were also wondering, how do we know when the oil's up to temp?
Well, Kenneth, when we get into the oil, you can see it start to expand right now, but it's not really moving. There almost looks like there's, well, with canola oil, you can see down in there, you can see a bunch of lines. It almost looks like there's, I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but there's like string in there. It looks like string. Once that goes away, your oil's gonna be hot. I do have a probe with me, but in 10 to 15 minutes, Kenneth, it's going to be hot enough to brown. And I'll show you a way we can check it, okay, with some of the breadcrumbs off our chicken cordon bleu. But we're going to let that go like at least, I don't know, 8 to 10 more minutes while we're messing with our sauce and our rice.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. So now the veggies are really cooking nice, and we cut those so small, so they only needed to saute just a little bit. Now we're going to add our rice in there, all the rice, and we're going to just put a little bit of color on our rice. It just changes the texture up a little bit. Okay, so now we want to stir that rice into that oil and the veggies and the butter, and we're just going to put a brown on it just a little bit. It's going to just be a light brown. And the rice was, I mean, you can buy like an Uncle Ben's long grain rice, which is really nice. I don't have that this time. This is just a cheaper rice, but it's still nice. And my oil, Kenneth, is starting to look like the strings are almost like coming together. It's kind of different. This is just a canola frying oil. So feel free to shake that pan a little bit with your rice in there. We want to continue to stir this. Stir our sauce there a little bit. Get it up to temp. We're going to just turn that one up a little bit from 4 to 5.
You see the lines in the oil.
Okay, so when those lines, they're going to all come together here shortly. Mine aren't there yet, but you can tell just by putting your hand over it that it's getting a little bit warm, but it's not hot enough yet. Okay. So now that I'm standing here next to my veggies, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my steamer on just so it's running and ready for us. And I'm not gonna put them in yet.
For those who don't have a steamer, what would you suggest?
One of these styles of sauce pot, one maybe that's spread out a little bit, and you can either buy one of those little folding up metal things that fold up in like a fan that have the holes in it, and you put in the bottom pan, or you can just put some water in there, scrunch up a piece of foil, I guess, if you had anything, extra foil, and just put it down there. So you don't really want to boil the broccoli. You can, but you just got to be able to build up steam. So you just need a platform in there, in your pan.
Awesome, thanks.
And when you do that, I've done it before. I've just rolled up a couple of pieces of foil, and then I set the broccoli on top of it. But you want to have a lid too. So if you use one of these styles of pans, you can do that pretty easy. You could also, I mean, you can put water in there and put like a toast plate or a sauce plate in there. But you take a chance, if you don't have the best china, it might break. So, but I've done it before with the plates that don't break. But it's just a little dangerous that way. So we're continually stirring this rice. You want to make sure when your rice is in here, it's all coated with that oil and butter. If not, just add a tiny bit more oil, because that's what's helping the browning process. Okay, our milk and our stock back here. So I'm going to cheat and add a little bit of base. Okay, it's about a teaspoon and a half. Okay. We'll just keep that right there because we'll need it. And then you want to whisk that in really good. Get that broken down. And so a chicken base like this, or a chicken stock, your sauce is going to be a little bit white, but it's going to be a tiny bit yellow as well. And just really stir that in good. Okay. Stir in the rice again. So now you should hear your rice sizzling. Should be getting like a nice fry on it almost. I turned it up one more notch, so now I'm at 7, because I want to slowly heat that up a little bit more. So when I put it in my stock, it really not so much scorches, but the rice just really sucks up the stock. Okay. Oh, it really sounds nice, the rice in there. So back to the oil again. I've only got a few strings left in here. It's still coming together though. So yeah, mine still has probably about 5 to 7 minutes. If yours is hot enough, you can just, if you're worried that it's going to get too hot, you can just check it with a piece of crumb real quick. Just get a little piece out there and see what it does when you drop it in there. And see, mine barely gets a little bubble to it. So it needs to be a little bit hotter. because we don't want to put the chicken in there and just have it kind of absorb the oil. We want it to fry it. So back to the rice. Giving that a shake. There. Okay, I'm going to take one of my bowls here. Build my stock real quick. I need 4 cups. So I'm going to measure out the water for the rice. I'm getting 2 cups in a bowl. The same bowl that I used with my veggies for the rice. And then because my measure is only 2 cups. So I need 4 cups. And now I'm going to take my chicken bouillon for the rice and put the same amount as I did for the sauce in the rice, in the measuring. And I'm going to whisk that up. Okay. And then I need my other whisk. Another whisk. Oh, it's in. Gotta wash that real quick. Okay, so we gotta whisk up this stock here. Just kind of making my own homemade stock. This is gonna be kind of strong. You can taste it if you want. It's gonna be like a chicken noodle soup strong. Okay, you can taste it to make sure. Stir that rice again. Ooh, it's starting to get sticky. So the rice is going to get sticky and start to really brown now. So you should feel like it's hard to stir. We want to just taste our stock real quick. Ooh, that's strong enough. So that's good. So we'll just leave that like that. Okay, and you should really hear a sizzle on your rice. Got some color coming in there, just a little bit. Just enough just to change the texture of that rice. Okay, so now we just want to bump that up now to 8. Put a tiny bit more saute on that. Stir our sauce here. Our sauce is almost ready for the roux. Okay, we're going to add our stock to our rice now. You hear how that scorches when you put that in there? Okay. Okay, now you just want to move that in there real nice. Stir that up real soft and gently. It's going to come up to boil. And we're going to leave it on 8 until it comes up to a boil. Then we're going to turn it down, kill almost all the heat. But we want this to come to a boil. And then once we get this all in there, all the goodness in there and it's boiling, we're not going to stir it again. Okay, we're just going to cover it and kill the heat. So right now we'll just wait for that to come up to a boil. You could probably even go to 9 if you wanted. So now our oil should be, ooh, I only see like one to 2 strings. So mine's really close. And this is, for us at home, and we're not in an industrial kitchen, this is kind of a little bit dangerous, heating your oil this way. But I mean, we're okay because we're all adults here, so we can make it happen. If anything happened, you could just cover it. Okay, our stock and our milk looks like it's about ready for the roux. We're going to just keep letting that heat up just a little bit. We can give our roux a stir again. And mine, sitting here, has gotten just a little bit. So I'm going to add just a tiny bit of oil to my roux just to soften it back up again. I added like a teaspoon of oil to that just to get it so it's not so dry, because it's cooked well now, but we don't need to cook it no more because our sauce is going to be light colored. Now I have made roux that you cook for an hour and they turn into a chocolate roux, what they're called, but it's for like a deep dark sauce, like a brown gravy or so. So that's there. Okay, our rice is almost there, coming up. Our oil is getting really close. Okay, our pans for our chicken cordon bleu that I'm going to bake in, we're going to be here receiving. Sauce is almost there. Ooh, almost ready to come to a simmer. Okay, we can stir the rice one more time. See if it's almost ready to go. And the parsley that we cut up earlier for the rice, we're going to put that in when the rice is done. Okay. We could actually put the lid on right now. Hopefully it'll come up to a boil here shortly. So let's check our grease now and see how it is. See where we're at. Ooh. So right when I dumped that in, man, it went right to a fry. So we're really close on browning these. Okay, I would just say like another minute for me anyways, because my pan's just a little bit thicker. So, and our sauce is about ready. We can actually take our roux while we're waiting for the oil. Pull that whisk out real quick. And we're going to just add half of the roux. Okay? Just half. We're probably going to use it all, but I'm just going with half right now. Okay? And now you just really want to work that whisk a lot. Keeping the same heat on this. Okay? Because we want that to start to thicken. And it's going to take a few minutes before that roux starts to in the sauce. But man, you really just want to be have nice vigor with that. Just really work that sauce. It's going to be real important here now that we're going to fry Justina. Okay, I'm going to keep that whisk right there on top. Hopefully it'll stay there. Nope, it wants to fall down in. Rice is almost ready to come up to a boil. Okay. Ooh, our oil's ready. Okay, let's go ahead and fry our chicken. Okay, I'm just going to do 2 at a time. If you have a pair of tongs, you're more than welcome to dump it down in with the tongs. I could do them all 4, but then it would be a possibility we'd have grease out and then we have grease fire, so we don't want to do that. And the chicken's only going to be in here just for like maybe 2 minutes at the most. We just want to put a nice brown on it. Okay, just get the outside just a little bit crispy. Okay, back to the sauce. Going to whisk it. It still feels a little bit thin, so we can just go with a little bit more roux. 1 more spoonful. Okay, our chicken's almost, it's getting nice color already. You see how beautiful that's getting in there? And they've kind of come together in there, so I'm going to scoot one away from the other there. Just get a nicer brown on it. Oh, man, they're almost ready to pull out. Okay, we got to whisk that sauce again. Your sauce should feel like it's starting to get a little body to it, feeling a little bit thicker. Okay, that chicken's ready to come out. So now you should have a nice, beautiful color like that on there. Okay, I like to just let that grease just drain off there for just a minute. We'll pull that other one out. Man, that one's really got nice color. Woo! Beautiful. Now we're going to do the next 2. Okay, we'll put those in there. Get those brown. Back to our sauce. Rice is almost ready to boil. So now our sauce is feeling really nice. And perhaps if you put too much, it gets too thick, just add a little more chicken stock or milk. So mine's feeling really nice right now. It's getting pretty thick. It's like about half the thickness of a country gravy that you would make, biscuits and gravy. Oh man, nice. Frying right there. So I do have just a little bit extra roux. The rice is almost ready to boil. Man, let's put that on high because we want that rice to catch up. Okay, our broccoli steaming machine is ready. Anytime we are. Back to the sauce real quick. We just want that sauce to come up to just a real light simmer. And then we'll kill the heat on that as well and just hold it. Okay, the rice is, nice. Okay, the rice is about there. We just need that to jump up real quick. Okay, how's our chicken? It's looking good. Beautiful color. Not quite there yet. Come on, rice. Come on, rice. Come on, rice. Man, those are really frying nice. Okay, they're about ready to come out as well. So we're going to take those out. Just let that drip just a little bit. And I leave the toothpicks in the whole time until we're ready to serve, then I take them out. Okay, so now you want to make sure you kill that flame on that oil, and we're going to kind of stay away from it for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and slap these in the oven, but I like to put just a little bit of a cabinet on there just to help that heat burl in there and finish those off. Okay, and they're going to be in there probably until we're done with our sauce and the rice. So maybe 10-15 minutes. Okay, we're gonna jump back to our sauce real quick. The rice is almost to a boil. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the flame on the sauce there just a little bit. It's starting to simmer a tiny bit, so I'm gonna put that almost on low. We're down to 2 on that. The rice is boiling. We want to get that just to a vigorous boil. It's almost there. It's on high. Handle there. Okay. Once that rice gets that full vigorous boil, that's when you want to kill the heat, because it's reached that point. Then we just want to suck it back down again, and then all the rice sucks up all the stock. So it's good if we, you can leave your pan of oil there if you like, or you're welcome to move it if it feels like it could be a problem. So you can take your roux pan and move your roux pan and scoot the oil to the back. Just be extremely careful, because that's like just ferociously hot. Okay. Just scoot all the stuff out of the way there. So now it's out of the way. We're not going to bump it. We're not going to get into it. Okay, our rice is up to a full boil now. So now we don't want to stir it no more. We want to just let that set, and we want to kill that flame almost down to, we're going to go all the way down to about 1. It says low after that, but we just want to go down to about 1. So the flame is just teeny. Can they see that okay? Just seeing the flame?
Yeah, we can see it good.
Right, so now that rice is just gonna expand and absorb that stock. So now we want to get back to our sauce. And of course, me being a chef here, my sauce is just a tad bit heavy. So I'm just gonna get a tiny bit more water or chicken stock. I'm just gonna add just a tiny bit more. Okay, I added about 1/4 cup. Okay, because I like my sauce to be able to move. I don't want it too thick for this cordon bleu. It's nice to have it set on, and the way you can tell with your sauce, you can dip your spoon in there, and you know by looking at it how it coats the spoon that it's going to coat your chicken as well. So that's a pretty solid sauce right there. Okay, get rid of that spoon. Give that a stir another time. Rice is going okay. So now we want to taste that sauce. I got my tasting spoons here. Oh, it needs a little bit of salt and pepper. Putting just a nice pinch in there. And we want to add just a little more. For me, it's just chicken base. I like it just a little bit heavier in the flavor profile. So I'm just adding another, that was about another 1/2 tablespoon. Okay. Okay, we'll rinse that off. Use that one more time. Okay, now we just really want to whisk that in. Your sauce should move easy, but it still should feel like it's heavy against the whip a little bit. Okay. Okay, I want to give that another taste. Oh yeah, that's nice right there. So we're probably going to leave that just like that. Let the roux continue to cook out that little bit. And I have it just on real low, but we want it to still cook a little bit. Okay. Our broccoli is almost ready to go on. We'll disregard our flour, utensils, our chicken. It's okay to open the oven and see if it's doing anything. And you can hear just a tiny, tiny bit of sizzle in there. So now we want to use some of our fresh parsley in our sauce. We're going to let it just cook a little bit more. Move that one a little. Bless you, Christina. Salt and pepper for the broccoli. Salt and pepper. And now would be a good time, Kenneth, that we could melt that butter. It's only going to take a few seconds. Get it nice and melty for when our broccoli does come out. We want to make sure we butter and salt and pepper that. So that's looking pretty nice there. Beautiful. Okay, and I'm just going to keep this right on the stove here. Okay. Maybe I'll just set it aside by the oil. Okay, back to the sauce real quick. And I notice my rice is looking pretty good. It's doing its thing. It might need just a tiny, it's okay. Okay, we're going to add some fresh parsley to that sauce. I would say probably 2 tablespoons. Fresh parsley there. The rest will sit to the side. I want to whisk that fresh parsley in there. And it goes really nice in this sauce because it's a little bit off-white. It's got that yellow and the green, man. They just go really nice together. Okay, well, rice going, sauce going, chicken's cooking.
Should we check in with our participants?
Yeah, let's check in with everybody, man. See how we're doing.
So we haven't heard from Chris and Kimber yet. How are you guys doing over there? Let me unmute you here. Oh, very
nice, Chris.
Okay, we can hear you. Yep.
Oh, you can?
Nice and brown.
Nice and
awesome.
brown.
Okay, Carrie and Richard.
Oh, man, look at those. Look how big they are.
Look
Nice,
at
Chris.
that.
Woo!
All right, Tara Lee and Kenneth, where are you guys? Here you are.
Okay, I got to step out real quick and get
Look at
one
that.
knife.
Sweet. That looks awesome. That looks awesome. Lamar and Sandra, how are you guys doing over there?
Better than that.
Not in here.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Not keeping up.
You're not keeping up? Sorry.
Okay, I'm not feeling good, so I'm not keeping.
Oh, you're not feeling good, so you're not keeping up? Good.
I'm just barely putting my chicken in the oven. How long do I leave it in there?
Brian, how long are we keeping it in the oven? Didn't you say 15 minutes?
It's about 10 to 15 minutes. Sandra, while the rice is cooking, once you get to the point to where the rice was at a boil and we turn down the temperature and we're just letting it really just a small baby simmer, that's usually around 10, 12, 15 minutes. So that's about the same time that I leave the chicken in there. Of course, we're going to temp it and make sure it's done, but by pounding that chicken...
What temperature did you have the oven?
350. So anyways, by pounding the chicken, it tends to just cook really nice because it's all the same thickness in there. So it shouldn't take too long. Okay. 15 minutes. It could go 20, but I'm guessing 15. Parsley for the rice. Put that back over there. The rice is looking good. It's absorbing the water. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the broccoli on my steamer because I'm guessing we're about 5 to 7 minutes out. Just my time right there. Okay. I'm going to taste the sauce one more time. Make sure it's still doing its thing. Oh, it's just getting better. Oh, nice. So your sauce should taste a tiny bit creamy, but it should have that nice punch of chicken flavor in there from the chicken stock. Of course, you taste the salt and pepper just a little bit too, but the punch on it should be smooth and creamy and chickeny. Okay, rice is going nice. Let's actually peek in on our chicken. Oh, I can hear it cooking nice. So now we're just in a little bit of a stalemate time. I'm actually gonna get me a little drink. I know you guys know that I love Mountain Dew, so I just need a little.
Carrie and Richard, how are you guys doing? Oh, you muted on your side. I can't mute.
How's your rice? Oh, it's already done. Oh, it's okay. So the rice is already done?
No, we haven't even started boiling it yet.
Oh, okay.
We're still browning it. It seems like it's taken forever.
You only.
And can you tell me on the sauce, what were the amounts on the sauce?
2 cups of chicken stock. 4 cups of chicken stock, sorry, and 2 cups of milk.
Oh, good. Okay, that's what
And
I thought.
on the rice, I just doubled it. So whatever rice I had 2 cups, I had 4 cups of stock. But that's with a long grain rice. Other sticky rices and jasmine rice stuff are different. They're usually like 1 to 1 1/4, 1 1/2.
How brown should the rice
That's
end
up to you. How much texture and brownness you want to put on there. The more brown you put in there, it's going to give it that nutty effect. So it's going to change the whole structure of that rice and flavor profile. Just a light brown is good, but if you like it a little bit darker brown, like if, for instance, you're going to make a Spanish rice and it's going to be red anyways, it's good to put that nice dark brown on it. And then when you add just a little bit of tomato paste or puree or sauce, then it just turns it that dark red. So yeah, you could take quite a long time.
Good to know.
Hey, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So our rice now is looking kind of like your yard after a nice spring rain when the worms all come up. It's got all them holes in it. That's what my rice looks like right now. So it's absorbing all that stock. It's kind of a cool looking thing. It's kind of weird. I don't know, like hot lava in a way. Anyways, our sauce should be done enough. Cooking that flour out. If you don't have that nice creamy taste and it tastes a little bit heavy on the flour, just keep cooking a little bit longer. But I'm gonna kill the heat on mine, and just let it sit. Okay, and it's gonna stay warm in there. Our broccoli, I can see over here, man, it's got that beautiful green. It's looking really nice. It's only got like I don't know, 3 or 4 more minutes, maybe 5. Whoops, I lost my little thing out of my back pocket.
So, Brian, I have a question. Yes. So, was there a lid that needed to go on top of the chicken?
It doesn't have to, Ken. Kenneth?
What about
you can cover with foil? That's fine. If you put a lid and it's too tight, like if some people like to put plastic wrap and then foil and then say, oh man, it's going to really burrow the temperature in there. That's why I'm doing mine with 2 metal pans. The metal pans don't really hold in the moisture. It allows a little bit of air to escape. So it's not going to moisten up because we still want that chicken to be crispy. So I'll show you on mine just real quick. I'll come down here and show you. There's room for air to get in here, which allows that chicken to still be nice and crispy. And it smells really nice. You can really smell the Swiss cheese and ham in there. It is covering it completely, but it's still holding the heat in there really nice.
Okay.
So should we put tin foil on it, or should we just let it be? You can,
Charlie. That's fine. I mean, it'll just speed up the time a little bit is all it's going to do.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Sounds good. Thanks.
You don't need that one. Okay, so let's jump back over to our sauce. I'm going to just taste it one more time. It's like the end tasting. Oh, man, that's really nice. Kind of right where I wanted it. Okay, rice is looking good too. It looks to me like the water is almost all gone. I'm going to kind of just turn it to the side a little bit and see if my rice moves. It doesn't move, but there's still a little bit of liquid in there, so I'm going to keep that flame on there just a few more minutes. Our broccoli, I'm going to cheat and open that lid real quick and look at. Ooh, it's almost ready. Beautiful. Okay, and our grease back there should be cooling down. That grease takes a little bit of the cooking oil takes a little bit of time to cool down, especially in that thick pan. I'm gonna still another drink real quick. So I got some nice dinner plates we're gonna plate with. I also brought a ring that I'm gonna make a bed of rice on the plate with. So if you have anything like this, I used to use sounds kind of corny, but in school we used to use tuna cans. We would open both sides, wash the can, and we used it as a ring. And I finally got a set of rings. So, and that was quite a few years ago, anyways. So I'll stir that sauce one more time. Scrape down the sides of the sauce in that pan. Our meal should almost be ready to plate. We're just a few minutes out. It's really steaming nice over here. You can see that steam coming up by the camera. Okay, the rice is about there. I'm gonna cheat and just open that lid again real quick just to see if I can see how much liquid's down in there. Put it on till, oh, there's no more liquid left. So now I want to kill that flame and just let that sit there as well. Okay. Turn my other handle out away from the rest of the oven. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and take a temp of the chicken and see where we're at. I brought my handy dandy probe. I'm gonna check it real quick here. Try to get an internal temp, and of course I'm gonna pick the biggest, fattest one. Okay, we just want to see where we're at. Okay, we're only about 100. Ooh. So we need to just leave that in there for just a little bit longer.
What temperature are we aiming for?
We're looking for 165, Matt, but we're kind of a little bit far off from that. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add a little bit more heat so we can speed up just a little bit. Oh shoot. Start. How do I adjust this, Matt?
So you'll have to stop it. So click the stop button.
Oh, really?
And then start it from scratch.
Oh, really? You mean the off and on?
Yeah, the off
Okay.
and on button. There you go.
No, that's time.
Coming up.
Uh-oh. You okay? I'll figure it out. Let's see. Oh, dang. Sorry, Matt. Oh, cancel. Okay. Yeah. Let's go to 380. We're going to go 385 and then bake again. I'll start. That's fine. It's going to do that because it's not at that temp, Matt, so it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. So I just raised the temp in the oven. It's a new oven I'm working with. So you got to excuse me. So now while we're waiting for that just to heat up a little bit more and continue cooking that chicken, I'm going to go ahead and take my lid off my rice. I'm going to add some fresh parsley to that. Give that a nice stir. Just want to get that beautiful color in there. And I'm putting 2 tablespoons in here as well. Okay. Okay, then we want our...
Brian, we had a question. Do we add chicken stock to both the rice and the sauce?
Yes.
Oh, that was 20 minutes ago.
Yes, because if we just made the rice with just straight water, you can do that. But at the end, you'll find yourself having to add a little seasoning to it to heighten up that. So you might as well just use chicken stock. And the chicken stock for this dish kind of goes all around because we're making chicken. So the chicken cordon bleu is nice to highlight the rice with chicken, the sauce with chicken, and then the chicken entree. So when you stir this rice, it should just be really nice and fluffy. Get that nice green in there. And then once you mix that green in there with the carrots, God, it's just beautiful. And it on this first stir of the rice, it'll seem to be just almost a tad bit sticky and wet and a little bit heavy, but it's okay. That's what you're after. We don't want it to be like dryish or no sign of that there's been liquid in there. Okay, the oven's up to temp and it's cooking. So now that that's on there, we can scoot that off that burner just a little bit. Okay, broccoli's done. We want to just take that lid off real quick. We're going to leave our, I want to keep that in there. And we'll keep it like that. Okay, so now we want to remove our broccoli from the steamer. We don't want it to continue to cook. We're going to have to find a little dry landing pad right here for the broccoli. Okay, and it's really hot. But look at the beautiful green that is, man. And it's perfect, right now. So now would be the time that we would like to, in my steamer, I have a little bath here where you can put herbs and stuff. I'm going to take that out and dump that water out and hold the broccoli in here as well and keep that right there. So now when I put the butter over that with the salt and pepper, it'll stay just in there. Okay, and it'll have just a little bit of drip pan. So now's when you just want to take that butter, take one of your tasting spoons, and just drizzle that over the broccoli. Okay, and make sure you kind of mix up the butter and try to get it all over the broccoli. And this just really heightens the flavor. Of course, I love butter with my vegetables. So I'm a little bit generous with the butter, but I like to cover all the crown of the broccoli. And then we're just going to take just a little bit of kosher salt and pepper and just sprinkle that on there, and it's going to melt into the broccoli where we put that butter. And we want to hurry and just put that lid back on. Okay, and then we're going to finish it with a tiny bit of butter, the left that's in there, okay, the rest that's in here. Okay, so now that our sauce is finished, our chicken cordon bleu, we're just waiting on the chicken, the star of the show. Okay. Get that sauce loose again. Now, if your sauce is getting too thick sitting here, just add a tiny bit more chicken stock to it and re-whisk it. Mine's plenty heavy. You can see how it coats the spoon, but it runs off there too at the same time. So it's nice and smooth and creamy, but it sets on the spoon. So how's everyone doing on the timing? Are we doing okay? I do have some fresh rosemary here from the garden, the last of our garden this year. So we're going to use this for a little garnish again. Really like the rosemary. Got some nice white oval plates we're going to do the plating on. We're going to use the ring to make a rice mold. So we're going to have rice kind of towards the middle there. We're going to put a broccoli crown or 2 on each side, or 4, 3, whatever you like. We'll make a bed of rice, put our cordon bleu there, strip of sauce, a ribbon, and we'll be ready to serve. We just got to wait on the chicken, star of the show. So,
Carrie and Richard, how are you guys doing?
Stir that sauce again.
We're wondering what other seasonings go in the sauce besides parsley.
Just the chicken stock, and I put a tiny bit of salt and pepper. On my salt and pepper mixture, I just use. I really like this. You don't have to use this, but I like a coarse black pepper and a kosher salt. And so, but you're just real lightly, Richard. You can season it with whatever you want. Just for a house pilaf, it's kind of your house, so you put what in it, whatever you want.
Kenneth and Turley, unmute your mic and tell us how you're doing.
Look at that rice. Nice.
So yeah, this is our rice, and let's see.
Yeah, taste it, Ken. See what you got there, bud.
This is our sauce.
Nice. Good. How's it taste, Rit or Kenneth?
Well,
is it okay? Is it chickeny, creamy? Okay. All right. Let's.
How about Chris and Kimber? How are you guys holding up? You got to unmute your mic though.
How we doing, Chris and Kimber?
Doing good. We got 4 minutes.
4 minutes on your chicken?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take mine then in about 4 or 5 minutes. Hopefully be done. So let's get another hot pad here. Dang it, I've done that twice already. And then we're going to need a landing pad for the chicken. So bring out another blue towel. Go Cougars, huh? All right, let's check this puppy. Let's see if we can take that lid off just for a second. We're going to check the temp on these puppies. You can see it frying down in the pan really nice. So you know it's really hot in there. The cheese is starting to come out the middle. So we just want to give that another temp, and we're at 150. Man, we're at 150. We still got just a tiny bit of time. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the lower rack. Keep it uncovered and let the oven do a little trick for us. Okay, this pan's going to be hot. Move this out of the way. Over by the plant. Okay, so I did probably start the broccoli just a tad bit too soon. I like that to be the finishing thing for this meal. So right when that's done is when I like to plate. But we got a few minutes because our chicken's only at 150. And of course, that is the biggest breast in there, but still, you got to be safe. We'll take, we're going to take this biggest sprig and cut it down just a little bit. Try to match these up a little right there. And we got one more. Okay, we'll use 3. Okay. Is that one okay? What happened? Oh, whoops. Hope it wasn't from the heat. It's not from the heat, is it? Okay. We're right on this side, though, over here? Yeah. Okay. All right, well, I guess we could, well, not yet. We got to wait on our chicken, guys. So that's the last thing there. Sauce is still doing okay. It is getting a little bit on the thick side, though. So if you have to, add just a little more chicken stock to it. Mine's getting plenty thick. Just thin out that a little bit there. Beautiful. Okay, now it's just a little bit of a waiting game before we get ready to plate here. A landing pad again for the chicken. Hot pads. Everyone okay? Caught up?
Hey, Brian, a quick question about, is there something that you can do with the extra oil? Like,
So,
do you just have to discard it? Because it's got all the little breadcrumbs in the bottom.
It's got all the breadcrumbs at the bottom stuff. So I have a China cap. Remember the China cap I brought last time? Same as the Marsala. It was a big cone looking thing. So I like to run that through like, you can use a coffee filter. I just have filters that fit the China cap that are, that I've purchased. But yeah, you want to just filter that out and let it cool down all the way. And then we'll put it in a storage container, a metal container, and just let it sit. If you plan on using it, if you, like in the next few days, you can sit out on your counter.
Sorry, my bad.
If we're going to keep it for long term, Terry, we would want to put it once it cooled down totally, a little bit cooler than room temperature. You'd want to keep it in that metal container, but you'd want to cover it. If we had to hold it a long time, it would probably go a little bit rank. So you'd want to use it in the next couple of weeks, and try to think about an item that you could reuse it with. Like, let's say you're going to make chicken tenders for the kids, or brown some chicken for maybe a katsu chicken or whatever. I try to use the same thing with my oil all the time. I know it gets a little tricky, and in the restaurants it gets a little tricky because they fry chicken and fish and fries and onion rings and all the same thing, all in the same grease. Yeah, I don't like to do that. I like to just use the grease or the oil for the same protein. Okay,
Thank you.
our chicken should be close. Oh man, the cheese is really oozing out on there. Maybe we can get to almost the point of plating here. Maybe just 1 or 2 more minutes. Okay, guys? So now would be the time just to take a breather. I'm gonna stir my sauce again. I like to keep that sauce loose because I want it to really run a nice smooth ribbon when you do this. So I'm gonna get ready to plate. I'm gonna move the rice over here on my landing pad. Move that over the plate. I have a ring, beautiful ring here. I'm gonna fill that ring, loosen up my rice a little bit. Man, the rice just has such a beautiful color. So I'm just gonna fill that ring there. Pat that down as I get the ring about halfway filled. Pat that down into the ring there. Want to keep going, fill it all the way up, and pat that down again. You can tap your spoon, just keep it clean there. It's kind of this is not a have-to thing. This is just what we like to do. I'm just going to get just a little bit more there on top. I want that really to be a nice base for the cordon bleu. Okay, I'm going to clean my plate up with my new rag here that I have. Get these extra pieces of rice off of there. Okay, now we're going to pat that down one more time, making sure it's kind of set in there. Okay, move this back over here. Get that out of the way. Now we just want to pull that up slightly. Hopefully it'll just stay right there. On my rings here, they have little fluted things, and so it wants to pull that rice up just a little bit. Let me get one of my clean tasting spoon here. Put that back together just a little bit. And the rice still has just that little bit of moisture in it, which helps hold it together there. Okay. Now, we'll grab us a couple of pieces of broccoli. Move this over to our landing pad. Okay, we're going to want to just take out our broccoli here. Put this right at the edge. Kind of scoop it up under your rice there. Same for this one here. Okay, so we're going to have that nice broccoli right there. Shove that stem under the rice just a little bit. Okay. Now let's check the temp on our cordon bleu. We'll move our broccoli back. Keep that warm. Check our chicken. Oh, it's really sizzling now. Man. So let's check this smaller one here and see where we're at. 146, 163. We're at 170 on this chicken, so it's plenty done here. So we're going to pull this out, bring it to our landing pad. Our chicken should look similar to this. We do need our tongs back here again. So this is kind of the time that you would want to either have really tough fingers or use some gloves. The toothpicks are really, it's just really hot, but if you can remember where you put your toothpicks, you just want to pull them puppies out, okay? Make sure you have both of them. I always set them there so I know. Then we'll place that cordon bleu right on that rice. Okay, just like so. Okay, give that sauce one more stir. We're going to bring that, oh, my ladle. Okay, here's our ladle. Whoop, let's clean that board off. We're going to scoot that pan a little bit so we have a resting spot for our sauce. Now we want to take this sauce and just dip your ladle in there a few times. And we just want to give this a heavy portion of sauce here. We just want to run that ribbon all the way down. It's going to run over the rice, run over the sauce. It's going to come down on each side. You want a little bit to go on the plate so you have a little landing place. So when you cut your chicken, okay. And we'll move this back to the stove, get it out of the way. Then we're going to take a couple of our homegrown rosemary here, and we're just going to stick those right in off to the side. Even though it's pairing up with the green there, it just makes a really nice, nice looking plate there. And there you have our chicken cordon bleu for the night.
Man, that looks amazing, Brian.
And one more thing with the sauce. The reason why I ran it off to the side, because the chicken rice that we made and the broccoli, so the sauce can be a dipping sauce for the broccoli you can use the sauce for a dipping sauce, and it just pairs nice with that rice. So that's about where we're at. And your cordon bleu, when it's coming out of the oven, it should really be oozing the cheese and stuff out of there, just like this. So you can really see that coming out. And you will get a little bit out of your pan. It's going to ease out and kind of get scalded on there. I mean, it's okay. It's just a scrubbing issue. But thank you guys for your time, your efforts. Now it's time to eat.
Looks great. Our chicken was at 124 the last time we checked, so we got a ways to go.
Okay. Yeah, I beefed mine up another 35 degrees, and Matt's oven, or our oven here is, our oven works really nice. So
yeah.
Anyways, you know what? One more thing.
Carrie and Rich, how are you guys doing?
I forgot to put this last butter on the broccoli.
We just put our chicken in just a couple of minutes ago, so we haven't even checked it
Okay, awesome.
Our sauce is really good. Our rice is almost done.
Sweet.
Okay,
So
we're gonna
just a
move
matter
this
of time.
aside. So the other.
We're just wishing we had a probe thermometer, but we don't.
So what you could do, Carrie, is you can just take one. You can just take one out on your cutting board and just give it a slice in the middle. Let's do one real quick. I'll show you. Let's just do this.
Okay.
Let's check the great big one that is just barely done right here. You could just take this out and cheat a little bit and just cut halfway through it. So you're nice, only going halfway in the chicken, and then just kind of pull it apart. And you can see, ooh, man, that pan was hot. Dang it. That was a no-no. So you can open that up just a little bit, Carrie. Go halfway through there and just look at your chicken. And if your chicken's all white, then you know it's done. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And it when you fill it with your index finger and your middle finger, it should be a little springy for you. It should spring back. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we're gonna keep those in the oven just for a minute.
All right, Sandra, how are you doing over there?
Well, I want to show my thing, but here.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
use the computer so I can see this food.
So you just have to tilt it forward a little bit.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's beautiful.
Oh, man.
Oh man, nice.
That was great.
Maybe we should leave that one there, huh?
Almost just like Brian's.
Just like Brian's.
All of ours look good, man. God, I can't wait to eat.
All right,
Way to go,
Kristen
guys.
Kimber, let me unmute you. Hold on. There we go. How are you guys doing?
We have a couple more minutes. Last we checked, it was at 1:55, so we'll
Okay.
check
Awesome.
shortly.
Fantastic.
But everything else is done.
So to ensure for next time to make sure that maybe we get done right on time, the exact time. I mean, if you're running a restaurant and we could have spent a little bit more time in the frying process. I don't like to because I like to finish it in the oven. It makes it just really nice. All it will do is darken your cordon bleu, and I don't really like to take it any darker than this. But you can, and the frying, is just gonna spend less time in the oven. But the oven's gonna add some brown to it too, so you can't go too dark on the first stage.
Back up the camera.
But you're welcome to try it. Oh, what happened? Oh, you on your thing. Okay, so that's out of the way. Can we do maybe another plate?
Yep.
And show them like maybe. So this is what we can do, guys. So let's say we were let's say we were gonna have a bunch of people over, and we wanted just a random plate. We could take our rice and put it on a platter. And I have some buddies that really like to do cut the cordon bleu instead of just having it whole on their thing. So you can fill your platter up with the. We're gonna do this for our family here. So you can fill your platter up with rice. Kind of just keep it inside your outside panels there. And then just use your spoon for a little, almost like football shape, I guess, if you want. Call it. Looks like a football to me a little. We can take our cordon bleu out. Oh, let's get that out of there. Man, it's really cooking now. We were just holding that in the oven. We'll bring our broccoli over to the landing table as well. Okay, we can just go the four corners with your broccoli. And this would be for like maybe feeding the whole family type thing. You can get those in the corners there.
Look at that.
Okay. And then you can take your cordon bleu. We're going to move the plate off there real quick. Give that a wipe. Take this out. So this would be just a little bit more family style. We can take our cordon bleus, line those up to the side. We'll scoot that pan over just a little bit because it's pretty hot. Okay. And then you just take your knife and just cut that on a little bit of a bias. So when you slice that open, man, it's just got that really beautiful cheese in the middle melting. Oh, whoops. I can't believe I did that. I forgot to take out the toothpicks on this one. Dang it. Sorry, you guys. I forgot to take out the toothpicks. Ah, dang it. Oh, that's so hot. Okay. Back to what we're doing. Slice that down on a bias. Make sure you take out your toothpicks. Oh, man, it's so hot. Okay, and then you can just line these up on the side. Just like so. This would be more for, a few people sitting at the same table. Okay, we'll go again. We'll get our toothpicks out. When you go to do your toothpicks out, go ahead and squeeze that chicken just a little bit, and you can see the toothpick pop out right there. But sometimes they're a little bit hard, so you might need to just push it through, okay? Because they want to hang on in there. Okay, then we'll cut again on the bias, just a little bit. It just looks really nice. Okay, we'll line these up in between the broccoli. Right there in between the broccoli. Put some more up on this side. And we can put a couple right in the middle. Okay. And then we can just take our sauce. Ooh, that's warm. That pan. We're going to move our plate right back over here. Okay. And so I'll have a little family style here. We'll just run just a little bit of sauce on each one. Just right there so you can see it running down. You got to be careful so it don't. This is I'm kind of over crowding this little plate. This would look much better on a platter, but just try to hit the top of the cordon bleu right there. Then everybody gets a little taste of that. And then again, you can dip your broccoli in it, and it pairs well with the rice. So you can do something like that. It's a little bit much for this little plate, but these plates are just real skinny, so they're not really a platter. But you could do a family platter like that and still decorate it kind of nice. You know what I mean? So,
Man, that looks amazing. It looks so good. I'm excited to try some.
yeah. Okay, then we have one left here. Let's take the toothpicks out of this one. Those push through there. Oh. Really nice, beautiful white all the way through there. So here, Tristina, I'm gonna try a little bite. We're gonna mess up our cutting board here just a little bit. We're going to put just a little bit of sauce out on there. Just a little pile there. We'll give a sampler taste. Take our little piece of cordon bleu, dip in the sauce. Oh, very nice. And the chicken and the sauce go really nice together. So feel free. Have some. Okay. Let me put on another plate. And okay, run a little bit of sauce for this here. Just run that ribbon all the way down. Appetizer sampler. Okay, we'll get rid of this, get this out of the way. Looks kind of yucky there. Get rid of our blue towel. Okay, so we got that little sampler, original.
Okay, let's check in with our remote site people. How are we doing? Kenneth and Tara Lee. Oh, you're still muted.
Cancel off.
I can't mute you because you muted yourself.
last we checked, it was at 150. So we're just waiting.
Ah, man.
It's going up.
I'm sorry, you guys.
No,
I
we're
don't
good.
know.
We've been eating the sauce in the meantime. So
Yeah, the broccoli is good to dip in.
Yeah, we just checked the first time with the knife and wasn't done yet. So
Okay.
we're still waiting on chicken. But everything else is done.
So I did jump the gun a little bit on the broccoli. You can see the broccoli now it's got that. Oh, whoops! It's got that. It's just a little bit. It's just gotten a little bit soft, so it's not as beautiful green as when it was first done. So maybe next time we'll wait a little bit on the broccoli till the chicken's completely done, and then pull out your broccoli. But anyways, this is a really nice dish, Matt. I'm gonna put these in here for us and keep them warm. Sorry to use his name, right?
Lamar and Sandra, have you tasted yours yet? I want to get first impressions when you take your first bite.
No, we haven't tasted it, but we've left it and it's ready to eat. But I want to know what we do with all this food that we got left over.
I'm sure your friends next door would gladly help out with that.
They won't let us talk to you.
Hey, thanks, Brian.
Sandra, you're very welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in with us tonight. It's been a good evening. And enjoy your dinner, okay?
Chris and Kimber, I assume your stuff is still in the oven.
Oh no, it was good. Yeah, it's all done.
Oh, you started. How is it? Tell us how it is.
That's really good. Yeah, man, that was the cheese inside melted with the sauce on top. It was great. I said no to the broccoli, so there's no broccoli.
Well, this dish, Chris, you could use asparagus with too. It goes you just want to add something green. The asparagus goes really nice, but I like buttered broccoli with the cordon bleu. It's just one of my things.
Okay. Do we miss anybody? I think we got everybody.
How about your mom? Oh, she's not.
They're diving in. They're eating now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want a plate, Matt?
I think I can have Crystal come down. So hold on a second.
Okay. Yeah, you guys take a plate down there. Maybe I should have. Where's the? Oh, that's fine. We'll bring it back out so she can dish up another plate.
Yeah, I'll come up and we'll give it a try.
Okay, Matt. I'll pull them back out. And
Okay.
okay, let's dish up another one for you.
Well, wife's already asleep, so it's just me.
Okay. Well, you take. Okay, I was gonna make up another one, but yeah, take what you want, brother. The plates are hot though. Well, they're not that hot. I'd probably, get what you want, Matt. Maybe take that bad boy off. That one
I
off.
don't know if I want to dig into that.
Yeah.
I just want to taste that.
Okay.
Oh, man. You guys ready?
Yes. Let's get it out.
Oh,
A little more sauce. A little more sauce. A little more sauce.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Pinball.
There's a fork there for you.
Oh, he did.
Karen just asked if we were still live.
This time to me, it looked a little bit different for some reason. My face, I don't know, it doesn't.
Has anybody pulled out theirs yet? Tara Lee, has yours come out of the oven
Is
yet?
it normal for me to be having my mouth to the right side?
This is ours.
Beautiful.
170.
Woo!
Overshot.
Nice. Look at how the cheese
You gotta
out there and stuff.
remember to take out the toothpick.
I'm not sure. What kind of tool is that, Tara Lee?
A biscuit cutter.
Oh, man, that's nice. Beautiful. Yeah, just give it a tap. There you go. Yeah, look at that. Man, that works great.
Yeah, right?
Nice.
Okay, let's plate it.
So it's up to you, Brian. We can continue the broadcast and let everybody kind of finish up where they're at, or we can wait for everyone to finish up. It's up to you.
I guess, Matt, mostly if we had any questions about maybe the procedure that we did, how we could make it to where if someone has a comment or something or wants to say something about how we could make it to where, because I feel kind of bad that mine's done and everybody else is waiting.
Sure. So we do have a couple of Facebook comments. One said, I just started watching, looks delicious. That's awesome. Thanks for commenting. Another one said, mine turned out great. So I don't know who they were, but
Okay.
but yeah.
Huh.
So we do have a couple of people following along, which is awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that's great.
Maybe let's go ahead and close up and
Okay, yeah, let's close up and then we could eat.
that's right. That's awesome. Well, thank you everybody for this wonderful cooking class that we had from Chef Brian. Really appreciate the time and effort that he puts into this, and also our participants. You guys are fantastic. Thanks so much for spending time with us and hopefully learning something awesome. So I personally, had a little taste and it was just super amazing. I'm ready to dive into the rest of it. So this is in the kitchen, in the kitchen with Chef Brian,
Thank you,
and signing off.